Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
Holy shit. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, all my pirates and pirettes out there. What is good, Pirate Gang? It's your boy, Rumboyz Robbie. You already know. Look, I'm not even going to waste any time trying to hype up the show. This is the hottest fucking Friday night show in the fantasy football industry. You already know. So I'm going to just get right into paying bills so we can bring up all the homies with the skills. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you already know. GLD, shop GLD. Link is in the description. If you need a special promo code or you need a special extra discount link or anything like that, hit me in the DMs on my social media. Instagram, Rumboyz, spelled with a Z, N-E-T, Rumboyz Robbie on Twitter. Hey, yo, GLD fam, take them to the yacht. Show them some of the products that we got.
Hop out in Miami when no land, I got no understanding. How the hell I'm burning, or turn me on, you can't understand. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Drop GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Spaz out on some taller shit, no one zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good bring away your knowledge.
Next up, I want to shout out our sponsors over at All 22. That's right, All 22, the latest, greatest 53-man fantasy football format, powered by our homies over at Pro Football Focus. Link is in the description. You can utilize promo code Rumboyz. Head on over to the site. That's all22.com. Link is down below. Promo code Rumboyz. Take 40% off the subscription price. I am whooping a lot of social media influencers' ass in that All 22 social media influencer fantasy league. I told y'all motherfuckers not to step in the ring with me. I told y'all All 22 is for me, it's for you. Shout out to the whole PFF crew and All 22. You already know to do promo code Rumboyz. And then also I want to shout out Big Guy Fantasy Sports. Big Guy Fantasy Sports. You already know, man. I'm the marketing director over there at Big Guy Fantasy Sports. You know, Taco and I, we got a podcast over there, and he also be dropping articles. We have a ton of other great writers. My homie Prue, my homie Prue Patel, my homie Dan Turner. We got the homie Kobe Conway, Ron Wrigley, Bob Long himself, and much, much, much more, much more. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check out Big Guy Fantasy Sports for the latest and greatest fantasy football consistency tools and your favorite NFL takes from all of our podcasts and articles. Woo! Yo, let's get into the cast and crew. Let's go ahead. First up, ladies and gentlemen, representing the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, representing the fantasy cheat sheet on Going for Two. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop the mic, FF. What's good, bro?
What it do? What it do?
You ready to talk some football?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk some football and not. I'm sick of people at work asking me about freaking Taylor Swift. I want to talk about real football.
Shake it up. Bro, I have some strong opinions about the whole Taylor Swift Travis
I know, we've talked about it off camera.
I'll find ways to with the whole Swift and Kelsey relationship, and then Usher being announced for the Super Bowl. I will try and refrain from pop culture references during this.
I will, because that's the last time mentioning it.
Watch what happens during this podcast.
Oh, I already know.
I'm just spitting bars tonight. I'm letting you know. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta bring out, let me tell you about my best friend. He is one of the top, he's top 5. You know, there is J Bats. Top 5 bartenders in the state of Florida, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for FTLS. J Bats. What's happening, bro?
It is another beautiful Friday. I get to hang out with the crew. I get one of my favorite intros. I'm with Mike. I'm having a drink. It's Rumboyz After Dark, baby. It's
What are we
nothing
drinking?
better.
What are we drinking
Right
today,
now, I'm proud to say I'm drinking a little Johnny Walker Platinum to start there. So, big deal. I had it left over from an event I was working at, so I might as well use it. And why not break it out with these fine gentlemen?
You You're a scholar and a gentleman. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, this is a big announcement. All right.
Oh,
this is my brother. Like,
he's not your brother. He's your uncle.
Hey, this is your uncle. This is mi hermano, for real. Hey, viva de Mexico. This man is holding it down for the Latino community in the fantasy football landscape. This man, I'm trying to not. We're not going to get emotional. I'm gonna try not to. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, this man is a big deal. He just signed a big deal. Yahoo Fantasy Sports owned Jorge Martin.
Oh my God! I'm cutting onions over here. You papi. Oh man. Thank you. Gracias. Robbie, thank you for the invite. As always, I love Rumboyz After Dark. I mean, this was my first podcast, and
love you, Jorge.
Oh, love you guys.
From one Cali boy to another.
From Rumboyz After Dark to YahooFantasySports.com.
How cool is that? Not bad for a kid from Pacoima. I'm really trying hard to hold it down right now, Robbie. You know what you mean to me. I told you what you mean to me, and I'm glad we shared that shot. I'm glad you said let's have a shot. And thank you. I mean, so many people. Oh, you guys are familia. You guys are familia to me. Thank you so much. I'm so proud to be here.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your favorite heel. This man always finds a way to say some dumb shit.
Yeah.
All right, but he's also my co-host on the Goal Line Goons. Occasionally, he'll be right on a take here and there. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for TDS Taco.
I gotta say, shout out Jorge, bro. You right now my favorite platform. I be clicking on your articles like I know this man. Like, that shit is fire, bro. I'm so
his notification pops up on your Yahoo, fantasy.
Oh yeah, bro. Like, I got the push notice on, baby. I got the push notice on.
Oh man, my cousin, my primo, the other day, I'm sorry, Robbie, but real quick.
Taco, the chat is booing Taco.
One of my primos the other day showed me one of my articles popped up on his Apple Watch. So it's just
dude, that is
where he's popping up on motherfuckers' Apple Watch.
Yeah, sorry, my buddy's on my wrist giving me football information.
I gotta take this article.
We gotta take him to school real quick, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
Last but certainly not least, he is the newest member of the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Give it up for Jeff the Scout.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Salud.
Congratulations, my dude, on Yahoo. And also, I'd like to say, considering I'm a scout, I can't remember the last time I've seen 6 p.m. on a Friday on the West Coast. 2 top 25 teams playing at the exact same time against each other right here, right now. Whether or not they stay there, who knows, but we'll see. But I'm just, it's a good day. We got 2 top 25 teams playing. I got a cast and crew fucking fire. Let's run it, boys.
And you got Mahomes on your deck.
I did that on purpose. You know why he did it?
He did it because Mike over here needs to shake it off. Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's gonna be a cruel summer.
He did it because he wants to wear a winner that's gonna win on Sunday.
Yo, really quick.
Well, it used to be Mad Love.
Or Mad Love, whatever. See, this is how you know. No, really quick. This is my take on the whole Swifty thing.
Yes.
I learned Swifty references because Travis Kelce, the hood adopted Travis Kelce, if y'all ain't know.
Yep. All right. The hood adopt Travis Kelce. Or did the hood say, "Oh shit, Kelsey got the cakes"?
Yo, the hood, he was invited to the cookout. Listen, check it out. Travis Kelsey was invited to the cookout. Travis, sort of God, if you pull me over, all right. Look, he don't switch sides. He doesn't switch over to the dark side. Travis,
you know who he is now, bro. My man, you remember Super Troopers?
Oh my God,
he's
Farva.
Yeah, he's Farva, bro.
Bro.
Travis Kelsey is the firefighter that didn't make it.
Oh my gosh, fellas, y'all
ready?
I
was like, what is this?
Fellas, reel it in. Y'all ready to get into some fantasy football talk? Y'all ready to help the chat get some championships?
Let's run it.
We got the homie Weeds up in the chat. Rick, what's good? Hey, yo, if you're new, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Run that algorithm up, please. Tap into the algorithm. Jeff, talk about the trades I did today. Jeff, you better fit that into the script throughout the show sheet. I ain't slowing down this train. Robbie, pull me in. Oh, wait, bro, there's a private chat for that, Jeff. Leafs
that
is
was
up
way earlier.
Leafs, get ready to start editing, bro. Get ready. We got Australia, the homie down here. From the London down under. George, promise me no Packers talk tonight. We'll see. We'll see, George. We'll see, George. Hey, let's get into it. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls want to do. Dilly. Let's go.
Dilly.
All right.
It's the world's largest flask ever, bro.
Leafs.
That's what I took. That's what I took it to the Taylor Swift concert.
Hey, really quick. For those that don't know, Leafs is like I'm Kai Cenat and he's like my little Ray. He's Ray. He's Ray. Like, yo, Leafs, you're my Ray. Oh my gosh. All right, fellas, let's go ahead and get into the show.
Is Kai the one that was in like the hospital and crying when they started? His likes were going down. My likes are going down. I worked too hard for this.
Taco's likes go down every night.
Yo, you ain't have to do that. Thursday night football takeaways. We did have a football game last night, gentlemen. Thoughts as we go around the horn. I will give you each one question. I am saving one specific question of news that dropped because John go way back on the betting scene, but I'll allow each of you to kind of fit that in. Are the Detroit Lions to be one of the best, most well put together teams in the NFC following last night's defeat over the Green Bay Packers? That offense looked very efficient. Mike.
So their offense did look efficient. They're a good team. I need to see it when the money's on the line before I am sold on this team. I know
money was on the line opening night against your Chiefs, and they whooped dog shit out of y'all.
Hear me out. You don't even let me have my goddamn tape, you freaking wank. And then you can say all you want, okay?
I'm just saying.
Taco, stop grinning. You don't even know what two teams in the NFC North are.
Yeah, okay? Taco. You
know. One mistake.
Okay.
One.
Okay. So,
continue.
Yeah. So, yes, they came into KC, but you know how I feel about Travis Swift being out that game because of the situation of being hurt right before this thing. They're reeling. I understand what you're saying about that game. Going to the Green Bay, yes, it was a good game, but I am talking they need to beat like Frisco or Philly in the NFC because, yes, they beat the Chiefs, but they're going to have to go through one of those two teams to win the conference. Yes, I do think they have a really great chance of winning the division, but until they beat a top echelon team in the NFC, I need to see it.
Okay. All right, I'll let you have that one. Hey, Bats, my question for you, okay? News broke today before we all got on air about Jameson Williams' suspension being cut from 6 games down to 4, and now will be eligible to play because of the NFL's new betting partner. Thoughts on this whole situation? We all thought it was dumb in the first place, but I need your take.
Listen, I've been on record a million times saying I think Roger Goodell and the NFL is so stupid, and they're all a bunch of frauds. They only care about things that are, culturally popular, and they care about making money, and that's it. And so the reason why Calvin Ridley got a year and all of a sudden Jameson Williams gets 4 weeks is beyond me. I have no idea, but this is the world we live in. So it's
Ridley's somewhere punching the air.
That's what I'm like, dude. I tweeted that out today. I go, Calvin Ridley's got to be pissed right now because it's just crazy, like what we're doing. I don't know. And then you could go as far back. I've had this stance, back with Ricky Williams, and we're, and Josh Gordon,
the weed,
out of the league for substance abuse for marijuana. It's like, what are we doing? Like, I understand they're pro athletes. I understand they have to go up to a certain standard, and I absolutely understand suspending someone for betting and betting on the team. I get that. But be consistent. Like, just do. There's no consistency, and so therefore, no one knows the rules. No one understands what suspensions are, and people. It's like, no, Goodell, either be a hard ass or don't. I don't know. It's like you're gonna let the inmates run the asylum, and that's the current NFL we're at right now. It's just crazy, dude. It's just crazy. So, I mean, I could talk about it for hours. It bothers me. It's bothered me forever the way the NFL's been run, but whatever. It's what you have to deal with. So, yeah, Jameson Williams back, and the Lions look like a good team. So, and they're getting a great weapon back. They arguably could be 4-0, and, they lost in overtime to the Seahawks, is what it is. But, say what you want without Travis Kelce. I still think that was kind of a statement game opening night for the NFL to go in there and win. It's hard to do regardless. And now they're getting a absolute X factor added to this offense. It's like, yeah, I think they're really good. I think they're really, it's as good as some other teams are playing right now. Dan Campbell's got this team playing at a really high level, and you have to give them credit because they've turned it around pretty quick.
This next question, I actually love that this question goes to you, Jorge. You have covered Los Angeles sports in the Los Angeles area for a very, very, very long time. You were there. You've seen it be done in regards to Jared Goff. So probably better than anyone on this topic. Can Jared Goff potentially take this Detroit Lions team to a Super Bowl? And for him to make a second Super Bowl appearance, we all know that he has done it once before with the Los Angeles Rams. Cross saying Lions are for real, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you, you know what? I'd love to see it, but I really think they have to have a better record than Philadelphia, because I don't think they go into Philadelphia and win. And I actually don't think they win in. They would have to clinch the NFC in my book, because I know when he was quarterback of the Rams and they won that incredible game with the bad PI call that went against New Orleans. He was fantastic, but he's really never been a good road quarterback. I actually, before the season, I was looking at his home road splits, and I mean, if he would have played only home games last year, he would have thrown 43 TDs. So I think he can get there, but it's gotta be in his casa.
But this Detroit fan base is traveling now. They got the blue mask. Are we not buying into the magic of the biting kneecaps of Dan Campbell?
You know what? I want to, but I remember Goff going into Chicago and just being
snap those little evil talons.
It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. I think Dan Campbell in a Super Bowl, for 2 weeks in the Super Bowl, it would just be it would be awesome. It would be take city. So, but again, I still think Philly's better. And I think the Niners are better, but have them come up to Ford Field in Detroit, and I think it could be a different story, and it could be a lot of fun, a lot of fireworks.
I'm excited. I'm hoping that every Detroit beat writer has their pins hot and ready, because y'all are about to have a busy season. I have a feeling, and it's going to be a long postseason for you, Detroit. I have a feeling. Taco. We are going to switch from talking about the Detroit Lions side of last night's game into the Green Bay Packers side of the game. If we were to compare it to a boxing match, to the Errol Spence side of the game. Thoughts on Christian Watson being back in the offense and his fantasy football outlook for the rest of the season.
If Jordan Loves looks like that consistently, I'm not too optimistic because that was a rough performance. I mean, if you look at it, they were well. I mean, I believe George had mentioned in the comments they were missing some offensive linemen, but you could really tell that they weren't getting enough time for Jordan Love to make some plays. And then on top of that, a couple of times when he had a little bit of time to make a play, he didn't necessarily make it, and he didn't necessarily have the best game. And in the second half, he definitely came on much better. He made a couple of plays with his legs. He showed fight and grit. But listen, Jordan Love and the Packers and Watson are shaky to me. And the thing about wide receivers is
what
the I mean, that is a great song, you know.
You'll be a princess, I'll be a princess. It's a love story, baby. Just say yes.
But like, it's just one of those things. They have a lot of receivers there between Reed, Dobbs, Watson. Then the running game. I mean, I don't even know why we didn't see more of the running game. I know you're down 21 early, but at a certain point in time, if you don't have Love rolling and you got, Jones back, you got to manufacture some touches for some of your best players. And he's an explosive playmaker in both the receiving and in the running game. And the fact that you're not trying to design stuff for him, especially in a game where, Detroit's coming out swinging heavy, I think that's a bit faulty on the Packers side. I'm not that optimistic about Watson going forward because this offense, I'm just not sold on it. And last night was not a good showing for them. So truthfully, I'm not that optimistic. He was dealing with injury. Now he's coming to a bad offense. This can get murky fast. And then all it takes is one little, my hamstring. And now you're looking at a season where you're going to miss, it's just not a good situation. I'm just not optimistic. If I could trade him, I would.
I'm with one of the things I kind of want to comment here. First off, Jordan Love, he gets you great garbage time points. He's a good second half quarterback. From the second half on, he plays like he has some dog in him. But motherfucker, you got to do that for 4 quarters. Okay, this is the NFL. I don't and my fantasy team needs 4 quarters out of you. It doesn't need 3rd and 4th. I mean, garbage time is cool, but I don't like the heart attack that you give me through the 1st and 2nd. And that's not fair to everyone, to myself, and to everyone here in the chat. Green Bay did not utilize their running backs last night. And I think that because they didn't have Christian Watson throughout, those first couple of games, it seemed to where they kind of tried to lean on the run a little bit more. Of course, they hadn't had Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones maybe possibly could have waited an extra week. I don't know. You have to play the Raiders next, and you get a bye. Maybe you could have, waited a little bit. That neither here nor there. Packers were worrying me, but in a very weak NFC North, they're safe right now from an NFL standpoint. We head to Jeff the Scout here. Break down the fantasy trade value of Jordan Love after last night. And if you're rostering any Packers, should people begin to panic?
I think this is kind of like a dual answer. And I mean that in the sense of redraft and dynasty. So I know we got some guys that play both. I think if you are in a dynasty league, I think you get Love for whatever you can get him for, because I think all directions are pointing towards new GM, new head coach, which usually means new quarterback. So that could be a major question mark in dynasty. As far as if you are in redraft, Jordan Love, I would hold on to Love. Because, yes, I mean, what's not happened in this chat so far is nobody has said a word about Luke Musgrave being out early in this game. I think that was a major game changer in this game. And two, you throw Jordan Love into an Aaron Rodgers offense who may have one of the quickest releases in the NFL. It's going to take this guy some time to get used to it. He's got Torrey, he's got Dobbs, he's got Watson, he's got Musgraves. None of these dudes have been in the league longer than 3 years out there catching passes. So give these guys some time. If you're in a super flex league and Jordan Love is your third quarterback, cool. If you're in a single QB league and Jordan Love is your second quarterback, fine. I'm not willing to bail out on Jordan Love just yet because the season is still super early. We've seen quarterbacks like Baker and Kirk Cousins throw up obnoxious points early on in the season. So let Jordan Love ride it out. Let these receivers ride it out because right now you're not going to get anything for Jordan Love. And if week 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, Jordan Love ends up going for 40 points a game, you're going to be pissed. I don't think there's a reason to press a panic button on Love. He was hurt. Injuries to the offensive line. Musgrave goes out. Aaron Jones is coming back in. Watson is coming back in. This was essentially a Mod Podge game for a team going up against a defense that is probably one of the most underrated defenses in the NFL. They did a phenomenal job scouting. They did a phenomenal job with rookies. Aiden Hutchinson ate them up. So I would hold to Love right now if you're in a redraft. If you're in a dynasty, I would definitely get rid of him because I would expect Love to be in a different situation come next year.
Okay. Really quick, Captain Joe King asks, already just traded Mike Evans for CeeDee Lamb. What's your opinion on it? I feel like that's a fair, equitable trade. I feel like that is equitable.
Position for position.
Yeah, it's position. You're getting dog for dog. Both are putting up numbers right now. Mike Evans is Baker's clear go-to weapon in that scheme right now in that offense, and then Dak in that offense don't seem to be putting up very many points offensively, and I feel like kind of got exposed by Arizona last week. And even
I think they got surprised.
And even in their first two games, that offense was not the ones who won that game. One of those games for them, it was the defense. The defense was on the field more than over 50% of the time. So yeah. Maybe when the offense was on the field, things were resulting in field goals for the most part. I like that you got Mike Evans. At least the Bucs are going out there and getting him the ball, and he's going out there and getting in the end zone and look like he's going to have another 1,000-yard season. And then George, after that, Aaron Jones done. I'm flexing Tank, Dell, or Pacheco. It's Tank. It's Tank. But let's get through week 4. Because you already had Aaron Jones in last night. So that is what it is. And you're also playing the Raiders. You're also playing the Raiders next week, who seem to be in fucking shambles internally. So relax. When
aren't they?
Yeah. Well, we're not
20 years ago when Rich Gannon was there.
Yeah. Thank God we are not having to focus on them for this live stream. I've done enough to Raiders fans over the past week throughout live stream. There are only 3 NFL teams that remain undefeated: the Eagles, the 49ers, and the Miami Dolphins. Rank these 3 undefeated teams as it stands right now, and then end your take with which team loses their undefeated record first. And Jeff, you go ahead and start.
It's gonna come out weird. Stay with me, folks. 49ers number 1. I think they're probably the most complete team in the NFL. Miami number 2, just because Mike Daniels might be the best head coach on the offensive side of the ball next to Shanahan. He put up 70 points. I don't know if a lot of people realize how difficult it is to put up 70 points in the NFL, but it hasn't been done since 1966. So let's go ahead and put that in perspective there. And then Philly. And the only reason I say Philly is I have a lot of concerns in the secondary with Philly. I have concerns about depth in the running back room, concerns about depth in the wide receiver room. That is also a very competitive division. But if you can go out on Denver, granted, Denver's not the greatest team on the planet, but a Shane and Mostert can go out there and do essentially Madden video game numbers for no absolute reason when you know they're gonna run the ball.
With Mike Williams at quarterback. Or Mike White, I'm sorry.
I mean, like, you know what's gonna happen, you let it happen. But 49ers, but actually, I think the first team that loses, even though they are my number 2, I think the first team that loses is Miami, because they are playing Buffalo. And for some reason, I just think Buffalo is in the head of McDaniels. I think it has to go back to last year with that weird ass press conference where he said it's hard to score points in the summertime. It's hard to score points in the wintertime. You know, it's hard to score points in general. Like, you can't win if you don't have more points. Like, I just think the Bills are in the head of McDaniels. I think this is going to be a hard-fought game. I'm not super worried about Philly. I'm not super worried about the 49ers, kind of based on their division. Brock's balling out. The team is actually, for once, the team is what you would call relatively healthy for a San Francisco 49ers team, relatively. So I would probably say the first loss is going to go to the Bills, but I'm going 49ers, Dolphins, Eagles in that situation.
Taco, rank them and who's their first O to go.
All right, so the first,
or who's the first
loss,
to lose their O? I'm sorry.
The first loss, I'm gonna agree 100% with Jeff. I do think the Bills beat the Dolphins this weekend. I'm agreeing with that one. And to back that up, this week the Bills are negative 2.5, and the Dolphins are plus 2.5. So even Vegas seems to think that the Bills here are the favorite. So that's the first one off the bat.
Taco, hold on. If Buffalo is minus 2.5, then obviously Miami has to be 2.5. They're playing each other, you dingbat.
No, the Dolphins are plus 7.5. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
You teased it.
What do you mean? Yeah. So, but that's my point. Like, the Dolphins are the underdog to start off with, and they personally, I'm just not sold on that team. Like, I know that they had a great offensive showing.
Motherfucker, they put up 70 points against a real life NFL team, not no make believe fairy tale team. They weren't playing freaking.
They beat the Patriots by 7. They beat the Patriots by 7, and they beat the Chargers by 2. They beat the Patriots by 7 and the Chargers by 2. They beat the shit out of the Broncos. Who the fuck? The Broncos suck. Okay, now you play for the Bills. Now it's a real team. Don't give me all that nonsense. The Chargers know how to joke. The Chargers know how to take teams. Don't tell me about the Chargers. And then the Patriots, fucking macaroni and cheese. Come on now. I'm not sold on the Dolphins yet. Beat some real teams. Then I'll sit there and say, you know what? Y'all are legit. Because you know what? They look great. But does this translate into playoff football? Usually not. This is not playoff football. This is, it's nice and warm out, and we're prime time having some fun. You ain't winning no Super Bowls, and you ain't beating the Bills this week. And I'm standing on that.
Taco, that's what I was going to say. Name one game Tua has won in the weather.
God damn it. Math redo. Listen.
But you know what? He's not going to have to deal with a lot of weather because he got New England and Buffalo in September or October 1st. They go to Miami at the end of the season.
The best thing is the last game of the season for them is Bills Dolphins, but it should be at Miami. They're like,
that's what Jorge just said.
Jorge just said that. Listen.
Sorry about that. But yeah, so Miami, they're losing this week. I mean, I think the best matchup that we have going next is the Eagles versus the Dolphins in October. I think that's going to be a spot for the Eagles to possibly lose it, because in the NFC, there's not many teams that I see really beating the Eagles or the 49ers, and they have a matchup later on this season, which is going to be super interesting, and I think for pole position. I think that both of those teams can beat any team that they come across this season from any division. I think both of those teams will be competing for the NFC Championship this year. I don't think there's a doubt that there's no two teams in the NFC that are going to compete with those two teams. So the question just comes down to, are they both going to stay undefeated until they face each other, or is one of them going to lose? Because the Eagles aren't even rolling yet. The Eagles are halfway there, and they're still whooping ass. You know what I mean? And the 49ers, they're dealing with injuries. Like, let everyone be back and let Brock Purdy roll, and let's see what happens. So, no, those two teams are legit. The Dolphins, we still got to see it.
Okay. Jorge, rank them and who's first and who's the first to lose.
I think Miami's going to be the first to lose. The AFC is just, I mean, it's landmine after landmine after landmine. But but you know what? It could come down to Philly and Miami in that game, and in that case, that one's going to be caliente. That one's going to be in Philly. I can see the 49ers being the last team to lose because they get a lot of NFC West teams, and they're I mean, the Rams, I could say all I want, but the 49ers are just superior right now. So I think the 49ers are the last team, but I actually think the Eagles are the best overall team, mostly because of the quarterback. That quarterback is different in a great way.
Okay. All right, John.
I mean,
different outlook on this than everyone.
It sucks because I usually like to, but I don't. I do think, and this is just because of the schedule. I mean, both the 49ers and the Eagles have cupcake matchups this week, and Miami doesn't. And it just sucks that like this week is the week we're talking about it. But I agree. I think Buffalo, this is a big game, in my opinion, for Buffalo. Like, if you want to be considered legit, if you want to be considered, one of those top offenses, you better keep up with Miami. So I don't know. I think it could be tough for Miami. It could be tough for Buffalo, but ultimately, I think they win. And then, I think 49ers are the best team. And then I would say Eagles are probably second best, just because I don't think we've seen the most out of this offense yet. They've been winning and they haven't looked great doing it. And so it's like, okay, what's going to happen when all of a sudden it clicks and you got both A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith humming, and you got Dallas Goedert involved. You got, DeAndre Swift looked like he's coming into what we expected someone to be. You have Kenneth Gainwell as an unbelievable rotational back. It's like, okay. And then, by the way, we have Jalen Hurts, who is also one of the most electric players on the field. It's like, if all of a sudden it clicks for Philadelphia, I'd be like, okay, wow, they could put up 70 points too. And so I think coaching obviously makes a big difference why you got to 70 points. But in my opinion, it's still 49ers and then Eagles in Miami. And then Miami's just happens to lose first because it's this week they're going to have it. I don't think any of these teams go undefeated, obviously. I just think it just sucks that they have the Bills this week while 49ers have Arizona and Eagles have Commanders. I think they can handle those.
Okay. Talking a whole lot of shit about my Commanders and not taking.
I'm sorry. Oh shit!
Hey, Robbie, do you want to remind Coach John who what happened when the Eagles went to Washington last year?
Hey, I just need to remind you how many undefeated records we have snapped. We have a undefeated record.
The hymn is walking off Sam Howell. I'm telling you.
Okay, we'll see. Mike.
My take has been taken way too many times, but I'm going to go a little bit different route on this one. I do agree that it is Frisco 1, Philly 2. But the thing with Philly for me, what are you shaking your head?
Go ahead.
The thing with Philly for me, and John said it, but I'm going to go deeper into John's take, and that is Philly hasn't clicked yet. I can't believe that I'm saying this after week 3 of the 2023 season, that Philadelphia's offense is feeling the effects of Shane Steichen leaving the Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator position. They haven't clicked yet. Shane Steichen is the one, I think, now more than Sirianni. We all know we all made fun of Sirianni for 2 years on this podcast. I think Steichen is the one. I think Gannon is a good, decent defensive coordinator, and like Jeff said, their secondary is poo-poo. in the first 2 weeks, they were the worst team in fantasy points allowed to quarterbacks until the Chargers took that spot after giving their blunder to the freaking Minnesota Vikings. But going into Buffalo in September and not December, Miami is losing. I just have this gut feeling that Miami is going to be the first team to lose. Nothing against Miami at all. They're still going to be a good team. I think A-Chain, I'm going to say his name wrong now that I didn't know how to pronounce it. I didn't know how to pronounce it all summer. I finally got it, and then he freaking decides to goddamn change it. Okay? Devin is not going to be what he was last week. I have people telling me, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. No, Devon, whatever, I don't care. The ex-Texan A&M running back is not going to have a bounce. It's going to be more balanced attack. You got Waddle back. That's the craziest part. Miami did that without Waddle. Okay? You got Waddle coming back. I saw that damn comment. You got Waddle coming back. But they are going to be the ones to lose. Frisco, because of their defense, is the reason I say Frisco is still number one.
You want a hot take from me? I don't think A-Chan will ever have a game that good ever again in his career.
You want to know why? Because it was 50 freaking points. No shit.
It'll never happen again. Anyone who thinks
there was just bodies all over the field.
This is the best game.
During that first wide open run, there was literally someone should have just clipped. Oh, I can't. I wish I could have listened right now.
I mean, Jeff said it. 70 points will never, you'll never see that out of any play. 225 all-purpose yards and 4 touchdowns in one game. Good luck chasing that dragon. Good luck. Good luck. I mean, I hope the best for A-Chain. A-Chan. I hope. But if you think that that's what you just found in the waiver wire, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
No.
Today's trade begin.
All right. So, Robbie, I got a question for you.
Let me rank them.
No, that's what I was going to do. No, I'm going to lead you into it. Since you think we're so crazy by saying that the Dolphins are going to lose this week, who is your ranking? Who's going to lose first?
Exactly. Look. I do have the 49ers first. Okay, I will put the.
Please don't tell me it's against Arizona.
Every 49ers just have everything put together. 49ers, it's just whoever's in their path. I'm sorry, you're fucked. Christian McCaffrey's running back. You're done. Christian McCaffrey hasn't won anything of the relevance that he deserves for the stats that he puts up. No MVPs. No Super Bowls, no comeback player of the years from the injuries. Nothing. That man is running like a madman. And everyone should just move out of the 49ers way. And the Shanahan coaching scheme is it's so flawless right now. Just when your offensive line is just setting up sponge blocks off to the weak side, whereas Trent Williams just breaking it open for Debo to just sprint down the damn field.
Shanahan's scheme works unless you're up 28-3.
I'll see this.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Fucking robot, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, Brock Purdy is a robot. He is out there playing like he has a VR headset on, and he's just chucking the rock down the field with accuracy. Now on to Miami, who I have as 2.
That made me laugh.
Do you like Pacheco this? The only thing CMC won was Riz. Yes.
Remember when he was in Men's Health magazine, whatever the hell that was? That was hilarious. Or GQ. That was hilarious. Stupid Christian McCaffrey. Dude, there was stupid rumors about production going down at that point. That was hysterical.
Exactly. And he's still the man.
He's the man. He's so good.
Well,
hope you bought the dip.
Well, right? And Brock's a robot because I think, we all laugh at Brock because he was Mr. Irrelevant. But for those of us who watch college football, Brock has played a ton of football.
He's played
and he's played a ton of football against high-level competition and high-level games. Yeah, he was at Iowa State. No one cares about Iowa State unless it's college basketball. I get it, whatever.
And now his brother's playing it. Yeah.
Like, he's played a ton of and he has not lost a regular season game. He is 8-0 in the regular season. And you can take that for what it's worth. You can make the matchups. You can do all your dumb stats, whatever you want. But, you know, I think a lot of people forget that Brock Purdy was not just Mr. Irrelevant who played 1 year in college. This guy had what was it, 53 games, 55 games in college as a starter, something like that? Like, you know,
whatever the opposite of Trey Lance is, he had like more time. He had the most time to develop.
Yeah, he had more games in college than Trey Lance in high school and college combined.
Oh, probably by 3 or 4 times. Yeah, I think Trey Lance only had a dozen games.
Let me go to finish this. Let me go to finish this. Let me reel it in.
Robbie finish this.
Sorry.
No, I'm good. But so yeah. Anyways, Brock Purdy being a robot. On to Miami. For the Miami Dolphins, I have them second. The word revolutionized has been thrown around with the way that he utilizes motions. First off, motherfuckers, motions have been utilized forever. It's just that the fact that he has runners and track stars on his damn team that makes him so well and be able to utilize the motions in the way that he does. As long as Miami can stay healthy, are they going to blow every team out, like put up 70 points? No. But they have the talent, they have the dogs to always keep them in a fight. And Tua is playing at a high level that right now it's not really – right now the way it looks, it's not really mattering who's on the opposing side. If you want to convince me that, oh, well, it's Buffalo, and I get it. Washington played Buffalo right now. The excuse that Washington's making, hey, we ran into a good team, and, you know, and well, damn. And yeah, like, you know, we're using the excuse we ran into a good team, and we're going to move on to you know, the next week. That's perfectly fine. It's completely fine. It's the NFL. If you ask me, any given Sunday, anybody can get it. Case in point, Dallas. With that being said and with that being stated, I have the Dolphins as 2. I still think that they win on Sunday, which leads me to the Eagles with 3. Everyone has said the same thing with the Eagles. They're still putting it together. I think that the Eagles can be figured out. I know that everyone's like, oh, well, the tush push, and is it more so of a rugby play, and et cetera, et cetera. I am putting the Eagles at 3. I think that they can be figured out. They can be beat.
Okay.
Just give it some time.
Who loses first?
And let Washington handle motherfucking business this Sunday.
Homer pick. Homer.
No.
Hey, they did it last year.
Here's what I appreciate.
We did it last year.
I know.
Here's what I appreciate about this pick. Robbie's staying true to himself, and I appreciate that. So good luck this weekend. Good luck this weekend.
True to himself, he's got receipts.
Yep,
bro. We
got those, yeah.
And we gotta bounce back. We gotta bounce back after last week. Last week was a dud. Eric Bieniemy has been in the lab cooking, I'm sure. Get ready for mini men. Brian Robinson. That's all I'm saying.
Jorge, we all got receipts. Fantasy receipts won't let us down.
No.
Ay, caramba.
From the battle of the undefeateds, we go into the battle of the winless. Oh. Who needs this win more? The Denver Broncos or the Chicago Bears? And are we firing up DJ Moore and Justin Fields this weekend? I feel like we can kind of trust the Broncos. They put up pretty good fantasy points. The big fantasy questions are around Chicago. Mike, you start.
All right. So I'm going to tease a later section of this episode before I give my take. And I'm going to say that my must start of the week is in this game. That's all I'm saying. However, the team that needs this most is by far the Chicago Bears. The Bears.
Bears.
Okay. What's his name? Luke Getsy needs this because if Luke Getsy doesn't do anything against the freaking Denver Broncos, who give up the most yards to quarterbacks in the NFL, then he should be left in the Rockies to freeze up in the snow. Okay? He shouldn't be allowed back in Chicago, and if he goes back to Chicago, they shouldn't even let him have a Chicago dog because he's a disgrace. Okay?
Chicago
if
dogs.
If Justin Fields does not do good this game,
drop him.
Bye-bye. Off your team. In redraft. In redraft.
Pat McAfee punt.
Just get rid of him in redraft. DJ Moore, to me, is
Percy Harvin punt.
I'm starting DJ Moore in this game, and no, he's not my must start. But
Pat punt.
I am starting DJ Moore, and I would start him confidently. And I do think that if Fields can have a good game, he can save his season. But if he can't have a good game here, then adios, amigo. And can I give my game pick or no?
Yeah. Please.
Denver wins this.
Denver wins this? Denver finally wins one?
Denver wins this because Justin Fields gets DJ Moore involved but doesn't save his season.
And Hallis Hall continues to have fucking problems with raids and things.
Okay, that's a low blow.
Fucked up joke. I'm sorry. I do stand up comedy. And like, what do you guys
what's
say?
What's sad is okay. Before we throw it over to our buddy on the buddy to me, my right of me, he is dying laughing at my take.
I was.
He is over here dying laughing at my take, and I'm 100% sober. I love this.
I know, and the passion is what I was. I was getting fired up about the passion. That was what I love about this show. I always get reminded every time I hang out. I'm like, man, some passion it takes, and I love it.
Well, Johnny boy, it's your turn.
Yep, it is your turn. Hold up, really quick. I'm gonna throw you a little twist. 3.5.
That's true.
3.5 spread. Can the Bears cover, or is it gonna be 3.5? Is there a blowout?
No, Vegas has it 3.5. I think that's a fair line. Kind of crazy to think about, but I think Chicago needs this game. Chicago needs this game more than anything, right? Like Denver, it's kind of a crappy situation, but they're locked into this crappy situation. Like you can't really get away from Russ. You're not going to get away from Sean Payton. Like you just got to figure it out. Like you got to trust that the pieces you brought in will make it work. They put a lot of faith in Sean Payton. Chicago on the end, like Justin Fields could be out of a job. They have 2 first-round picks. Like this coaches, like GMs, coaches, like we can clean this out in a second. We're not tied to anybody here. So I think Chicago needs to start winning, or else people will lose jobs for sure. So Chicago needs this game more, but it's sad to say, but I think Denver's going to win. I think Denver, I really don't see this game being high scoring. And I think Denver does enough on offense and Chicago can't do anything on offense. So, I'll call it, I don't know, 21-13, like something super crappy like that. Like, I think it's going to be a slow grind of a game. But I'm giving it to Denver and Chicago. I don't know, fantasy wise in redraft, I'm not cutting bait with Justin Fields yet because I think if he was on my waiver wire, I would go grab him. He is that dynamic. But in Dynasty, like Jeff's take on Jordan Love, in Dynasty, you got to flip him at this point for whatever you can get because by mid-season, end of the season, it could get really, really ugly in Chicago. And they have 2 first-round picks. And
Trey Lance, if he got to play longer.
And one of them could be a top 3. The other one could be top 10. I mean, it's like they could have their pick of the litter. It's crazy. So if they get even worse and they don't even have to move up to number 1 to get Caleb Williams, then forget it. I don't think Justin Fields lasts much longer. So if you're in Dynasty, get rid of him. And God help you, Chicago. Please win this game, or else I think the city is going to blow up. So I hope Chicago win, but I don't think they do.
Okay. Jorge, over under is 46.5. Even doable. And thoughts on the questions with the show sheet?
You know what? It is doable. Both defenses are among the worst in the league. So they
basura.
Yeah, mucho basura.
Mucho basura.
So you know what? I'm kind of wish casting this one, and it's probably the fact that I have Justin Fields as my quarterback on like 3 teams right now.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. One of them I actually passed on Justin Herbert.
Oh,
yeah, that was
that's gonna be a pivotal pick.
Yeah, that changed that. Yeah, if I have that team, if I have Herbert, I think I'm 3-0. But anyway, I think the Bears, they have to unleash. They have to unleash the 2022 Justin Fields if they're going to have a chance, because Eberflus is coaching for his job right now. Luke Getzey's coaching for his job. Sean Payton, he's got 20 mil a year or whatever he's getting. He's getting that no matter what. He could, if they suck, he could just be like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to clean house with these guys, and I'm going to start over and get my team in here. So
and he has time. Yeah, he has time to turn around.
Yeah, he has time to turn around.
Yeah.
So that's why I think the Bears have to turn loose Justin Fields, and I hope so, because they were a lot more fun. They were a lot more fun that way.
Okay. Taco, you starting Fields? You starting DJ Moore? Thoughts on this game? Who wins? Who loses? Let's go. We got enough time to where we can make this perfect right at halftime.
All right, so we are benching Fields if we can. Like, if you have another option, I'm benching Fields. I want to see it before I believe it. I'll pick up a CJ Stroud and start him before I run Fields back out there again. Truthfully and honestly,
even this week,
even this week, I feel more like Fields has a good matchup too. Like, Pittsburgh's been cooked on that secondary, and Fields has been hot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just riding. I mean, not Fields, Stroud. Stroud's been hot. So I'm riding Stroud over Fields, but I mean, I don't fault you for starting Fields this week. My biggest issue is just they all haven't looked that great.
Family love in the chat.
And here's the contradictory part. I don't think you can bench DJ Moore. I don't think you can bench him. Like, as much as you want to be frustrated with what he's done, he still delivered enough to say, I will ride, or especially with where you drafted him, I will ride or die with you in my lineup right now. It's not like week 8 and you haven't had like 5 bad games or something like that. You haven't had enough solid games where you're still in my lineup, ride or die. But another reason why the Bears need to win this game is that Catalog Ring Pub in Chicago put a bet out for their fans where they guarantee a Bears win this Sunday. If the Bears lose, your tab is free. Motherfuckers, you go there, you drink, you eat, you do whatever. The doors open at 11. Once the game starts, the tabs stop at the third quarter. You need to go out there and you need to get your drink on because you win either way. Like, although you can't go too crazy because the Bears might
Broncos don't have the protection either.
I mean, I'm not saying the Broncos are great, but like,
these teams have more holes in the porno industry.
I'm not saying no, but you got to think, after taking a lick like that last week, you got to be coming back with some kind of, like, you're a coach that just got traded for. Like, the shit that you're going to put your team through before you come into this game has to be a little bit borderline. So remember the Titans. If you lose that football, you will run a mile. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they had Denzel type treatment out there with these boys out there getting this shit right. So Rick, I know
an OnlyFans account that has more protection than this.
You know what? Listen, the name of the game is to survive. It doesn't matter how much protection you have. Truthfully, they both don't got protection. You got to win. Survive. That's
Taco,
right.
Who'd you pick in your survivor pool last week?
Fuck you. I really never root for the Cowboys, but you sons of bitches couldn't beat the Cardinals. Even the Giants can beat the Cardinals. They needed a half to beat the Cardinals. What the fuck are you doing? And then I'm sorry, I have to say this. Like, Dwaddle, you're nice. You have something. Give fucking Pollard the ball in the red zone. Stop with this goddamn nonsense. Let him take it to the house. Last season, they were so efficient in the red zone because they let that motherfucker cook. Let him cook. Sorry, I'm just pissed off about that.
All right, Jeff the Scout, your turn.
For me, I think
that was my fault.
I think you did it. I was like, motherfucker. Go ahead. Continue, Jeff.
I think it's straight easy. Denver's got to win. And if no one's paying attention, Denver doesn't have a shit ton of draft picks. If Denver drops this game,
playing a dick slap.
If Denver drops this game and they go to 0-4, they're gonna clean house, but with what? What are you gonna clean house with? Russell Wilson has a massive contract. You hardly have draft capital. Your front seven is questionable. I mean, your wide receivers stay constantly injured. You can't keep your running backs healthy. I mean, Samaje Perine is your backup running back, and he's outdoing Javonte Williams, which is a bad idea here. Now, if Chicago loses this game, it's not a big deal. Whatever. Chicago can move on from Justin Fields, get a new head coach, get a new GM. Denver can't do that. Denver's not moving on from Peyton. They're not moving on from their GM. They're probably not moving on from Wilson. So, and they also have no draft picks. Denver has to win this game to try and save their season and save their future in some way, shape, or form. If the Bears lose this game, to me, this is a win. This is a massive win for Chicago if they lose and go 0-4, because Chicago can continue to lose and end up with a top 5 draft pick and then decide what they want to do with Fields, clean house, new quarterback, do whatever the hell they want. But if Denver loses this game, there's no cleaning house. You already did it. You did it last year. You already cleaned house. You got guys locked up. You got coaches locked up. You got GMs locked up. You got quarterbacks locked up. What are you going to do in this situation? So for me, it's got to be a Denver, and I'm really interested, and no one has brought him up yet. Mims is doing some wild stuff down in Denver that may start pushing some things around in the offense. Because let's all remember Sean Payton and the way he likes to run things. Russell Wilson gets some time. We could see Mims become a wide receiver 3 quick. Please. So, to me, Denver's got to win it because they've got no other option when the offseason comes. And if Chicago loses it, I actually think it's a win for Chicago, to be honest with you.
Okay. Look, I'm going to say it like this. You're absolutely positively insane, mate. If you do not bloody hit the sports books and take bloody Vegas for all they have, I'm talking Raw Dog, a little push me, mate. You throw a little $5 bet. Just a little quick single, you know what I mean? Pour you a quick little shot of bourbon and sit back and watch 2 fucking sucky ass teams have more just holes than just, like I said earlier. That accent started drifting to an Irish accent.
I like how there was a weird transition through Europe there. We went all the way to the UK there, all the way to the UK.
Received negative points. We've all been injured in our eardrums due to that horrible accent.
But not for real. I'm gonna take Chicago. You know what I'm saying? No. Yeah, I am taking Chicago here. Because I get joy out of whenever I have to go and head into the office where I work. And I work with a lot of uppity people. I work in the finance industry for my 9 to 5, right? And when you see the look on some poor Chad's face because he decided to paint himself in orange and blue and go to Mile High the day before, and you see them just sad and somber. Oh, it fills my heart so full of joy.
You're picking the Bears to win. Who do you think needs this the most?
I think the Bears need it the most.
Okay.
There was too much hype around you coming into the season. Denver, you're probably a little bit kind of used to this. You're used to this. Chicago, I feel like this was supposed to be your time. This was supposed to be your year. Heading into the season, your quarterback was the most hyped on the sports books to win MVP. More bet than Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Justin freaking Herbert, who I had to win the MVP this season. Well, that's not shaping out to be too well now, is it? With that being said and stated, the hype that surrounded Chicago if there's any glimmer of hope of getting back on track, you need to beat this team because both of y'all suck. And if you lose to the team that got blown out by 70 points, I think that it says more about you and it says less about y'all. It said, "Oh, y'all." I think that it says more about you if you lose than it does about Denver. And this game is in your house. You can't lose to the team that just got their backs blown out by 70 in your house. Treat it like an old school Under Armour commercial. We must protect this house. That's my take. Leave said for 63rd, Obak Chirac. Oh my gosh. Like I said last night, the Cubs suck. The Blackhawks suck. The Bulls suck.
Ooh,
Chicago
the Blackhawks
follow in those they're not following those footsteps. Everything else is clicking for Denver. I think that Denver's like, well, let the Broncos just sit this one out. So yeah, I would take that Watson is showing why he was traded. You mean Wilson? CJ is a better leader than Watson. Wait, what? How did y'all Sutton for? How did we get into Watson's thoughts? Let's get into.
I think they're talking about a fantasy trade in the chat.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's get into halftime.
Yep.
We are going to get into a music video. This is Texas Forever. On the second half of the show, we got Cowboys talk. We got best bets. We got fantasy football must starts. It's the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, y'all.
First street swinging, swerving. Man, this bad as gone as I'll ever be. My nigga Tevin told me keep on talking that shit to these niggas, it's scared of me. So I'm going track after track, put my town on my back, trying to prove I'm that nigga. Scratch that, only half black, but I'm still twice a nigga that these niggas could ever be. No one ahead of me. I'm Texas forever, my nigga, like 936, 247, 365. Pull up off the whip, rim still in drive. All my niggas back in Duggan, tall timbers, love that. 6th Street, shorty still down for me ever since I was a young nigga pushing hubcaps, yeah. I'm Texas forever. That's 281-330, A00, still tipping like it's still 2004. Young nigga from the north side, but I'm used to repping. Still keeping so south side, like I'm Lil Kiki back in 97. Boy, they treat me like a legend. That's north side shit, south side shit, yeah. West side nigga, east side bitch, man. Look, third coast Wody, everybody know me, yeah. All in a day, and when this come on, I bet all of them say I'm Texas forever, I'm Texas forever, my nigga. I'm Texas forever, I'm Texas forever, my nigga. No one do it better, tell me who doing it better, my nigga. Cause I'm Texas forever, I'm Texas forever, my nigga. 2nd Street banging, burning. Man, this bad as blowed as I'll ever be. Young nigga cooking like Harden, might fuck up the recipe. Fuck you expect from me. Back from the H like I left some. These days, all I worry about is my girl and my check coming. Fuck nigga think that's a charity, give me some clarity. East side shorty, west side nigga, south side story, get the bigger picture, yeah. Back then, hoes didn't want me like Mike said, they wasn't fucking with you. Mixtape later, I can feel Toyota full of hella hoes just tryna fuck a nigga, yeah. I'm Texas forever, I'm Texas forever, my nigga. Had to trade in the Chevy, the Lexus look better, my nigga. Casio gang, you can tell by my wrist and my necklace, my nigga. Just a kid from the H, they fuck with me heavy as precious, my nigga. That's north side shit, south side shit, yeah. West side nigga, east side bitch, man. Third coast Wody, everybody know me, yeah. I did it all in a day. When this come on, I bet all of them say I'm Texas forever, I'm Texas forever, my nigga. I'm Texas forever, I'm Texas forever, my nigga. Don't no one do it better, tell me who doing it better, my nigga. Cause we Texas forever, I'm Texas forever, my nigga. Casio gang, y'all my niggas forever, my nigga. Look, shout out to Soli, you my nigga forever, my nigga. Shout out to Boogie and Casey, y'all my niggas forever, my nigga. Shout out to Quaker, Devin, niggas, my nigga. Shout out 11301. Y'all my niggas forever, my niggas. Shout out my mama. You my mama forever, my nigga. Shout out my niggas. Y'all my niggas forever, my nigga. Yeah. I'm Texas forever. All these structures make me anxious. Look, I'm just tryna fuck you, not them hoes you came with. Pull up on 6 low, loud and banging. Yeah, Texas forever, still twisting my fingers. Texas forever, you speaking my language. Look, all in the day, bout to fuck up a Wednesday. Out in the field trying to score me a deal. Put my name by that X like I'm Kimbe. I do it all for my team. Just a young nigga covered in green like I'm Dende. We ain't no fucking compadres, comprende. Clutch city, crush city, whatever you call it. I stay with my friends, stay hands in, never hand out. Look, I had to go get it, my nigga. Everybody say I'm the man now. Wrist moving in and out the kitchen. My nigga might pull up on 6 in the whip, whipping it. I'm just a young nigga getting it. All I had was the pot I was pissing in. Now everybody want pieces, percentages. I'm just trying to get my niggas over. I did the work that these niggas want. All this money, cash, cars, clothes, hoes. Coming in fast, but I'm sipping slow. Cause that's Texas forever. You already know. It's boy down that nigga.
One moment.
Hop out in Miami when I'm landing, got no understanding. Out of here, I'm burning, don't turn me on, you can't understand. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Top CLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no on zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good bring her where you're not.
Hey, we almost back into the second half. Hey, let's get the donos flowing, chat. What's really popping? All right. Dilly. Welcome back to the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Make sure that you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Be sure to check out every single person's platform here that they guest star on. You can catch Drop the Mic, Going for Two on the Fantasy Cheat Sheet Tuesday nights. You can catch FTLS Bats, the homie for the love of Sundays. You can catch him over with the Fantasy Coaches. You can catch Jorge Martin with Yahoo Fantasy Sports, ladies and gentlemen. You can catch Taco over at Big Guy Fantasy Sports and also live on air Tuesday nights with the Goal Line Goons. And you can catch Jeff right here with the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Let's go ahead. Let's get into the rest of the show. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboys and girls want to do. Dilly.
Dilly, y'all.
Dude.
Can I just say I am the Wizard of Oz? I am the Wizard of Oz. Like, yes.
I need
I'm just saying. I'm on. He said I got receipts.
I said I need receipts.
You need receipts? Hey, we. Hey, John. Remember we went to that bar, King?
Which one?
Robbie just gets found in the fucking corner.
If you're the Wizard of Oz, you're trying to remember this to watch this game. I'm gonna go show you how to do this, son.
No, yeah, the one where like I just
the first
one
night?
where like yeah, and like she was like, I'm married, and I was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, hey, John, do you also remember in front of the DoubleTree when Robbie almost got us killed?
Yes.
The day you called someone
Z-line. Okay,
because you said big pimpin', and the only people the guy saw was 4 white ass gringos.
Yeah, right.
Bro,
buddy.
Jorge,
Robbie.
Right?
I am the fantasy football rock star. I am the fantasy football bad boy. Look, like just let it be. Like that. Look. One of my favorite clips is by 50 Cent, and he's like, see, he's like, I stay on like the rapper side. Everybody be like, oh, you're a mogul now, like you're a CEO. No, like I stay on the rapper side. That's why I can say the shit that I do. See, like I stay on the content creator side. That's why I can do the same things that I do. But I'm also an analyst. See? Hey, you own your own, and then you take that, you produce the whole show, you run the whole production, and then when somebody else, I'm gonna put you on game, and then when somebody else wants it, you say, oh wait, now you can take everything else that I've had, you can now have my catalog, and now you can make money off of everything now that I've already built. And see, because you have the ability, you have the dream, you have the vision and the ambition to put together your own cast, to have your own graphic designer, to have your own, I'm just saying.
Meme maker.
Let me put y'all on business really quick. Build it, and then you sell that motherfucker. You build your resume, you build your brand, and then you catch Rumboyz NFL AM Sunday mornings on Rumboyz Fantasy Network, and also Big Guy Fantasy Sports. That was one hell of a way to plug that. Let's go ahead and let's get into the rest of the show sheet. I kind of been teasing this all night. I've been teasing this all night, and I've been sitting subtle shots out of the pirate ship. Cannonballs have been loaded up for this team. It is a divisional rival. I saw this on Twitter, intel coming from the source Dov Kleiman, that the Dallas Cowboys are already making excuses, with reports coming from inside of Dallas's camp that they're worried that Ezekiel Elliott and Will Grier have tipped off the Patriots with some signal calls, plays, and so on and so forth. Is this just typical Dallas making excuses behavior, or do they maybe have a point here heading into their game against New England? We start with Mike.
Are they making an excuse of it? Yes. Is it a valid take? Yes. John's team is king at this. Belichick has gotten how many times has Danny Woodhead been signed to steal plays from another team right before the season started. He did it. He did it with the Jets. He did it with. This isn't the only time this has happened. You're going to. I mean, don't get me wrong. The guy's one of the best slot receivers to play, and he changed the way white guys are perceived as wide receivers. But you're telling me that Wes Welker wasn't thought of? Oh, I can get some plays from Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Belichick is the king at this. They're copying something that's already been done. But what you are alluding to, Robbie, is that this is where I am going to say 3 words. Bart Scott, kiss my ass. This is where I say the Cowboys will cowboy.
Yes. This is where the Cowboys
This is where the Cowboys will cowboy in the sense of making the excuse.
No other team in the NFL has done this.
Yeah, the excuse is valid, but don't bring it up.
Yeah.
That's
fair.
John,
so it's funny. I just think that to me, it's a weird move if you're the Cowboys, where it's like you should be able to handle the Patriots. Like, this is why are you making excuses before the game? Like, this is. And so it's like, it's interesting to me that you're going into the game sort of scared and like already like, well, we're going to lose because like this is already happening. It's like, no, you're a better team than New England Patriots right now. Like, this isn't like, so why are you making excuses? It's weird to me. Does it happen? Yes. Does it happen at New England a lot? Sure. Does it happen across the league? Absolutely. It happens. It's part of pro sports. It happens in baseball, it happens in hockey, it happens in the NBA. It's like, you know, you obviously want your team to win. So coach is like, hey, like, what are some tips? Like, how do they do a hard snap? Like, all these dumb things that like it just helps. So did Ezekiel Elliott tip things about the run game? Maybe.
Hopefully.
A million times. So the Cowboys are still a better team top to bottom and should be able to handle New England. So it's just weird that they're attacking this game already kind of with trepidation. It's weird.
He's done this forever.
Hey. A great rapper by the name of Ice Cube once said, if you scared, go to church. Cowboys already acting scared.
Already.
If I'm New England, that is the song that I'm playing as soon as Dallas has to walk out of the tunnel. Jorge.
So their top, them being the Cowboys, who's their top cornerback? Healthy cornerback. Stephon Gilmore. Where did he win defensive player of the year? Do you think they're not?
Exactly.
Do you think they're not in his mind for what Belichick?
But the Dallas is the one that's making excuses. You don't hear Bill Belichick saying
that's Jorge's point.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I mean, I bet you that Dan Quinn is mining every single tendency that Bill Belichick does. And you know what? John, you mentioned it. I'll give you a prime example from my Dodger days. There was a player who literally got traded. They were playing for the Diamondbacks. They were playing at the Diamondbacks. He got traded from one dugout to another.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mid-game, 7th inning.
Mid-game. So he gets in there, he just like puts on a Dodger thing and does like post-game interviews. Immediately before he goes to take a shower, third base coach Larry Bowa walks over to him and was like, I need their signs. The dude had been barely a Dodger for like an hour. And he was looking for their signs.
They're not even stitching his jersey in yet. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he still had like Diamondbacks 20s on,
That's crazy. There's guys in the NHL they used to call swing guys, and it would be basically right around the playoffs. They'd call up these swing guys, and people, it's because they would swing their leg over the boards and back off again. It's like, they're just on and off, dude. They don't play much.
Zdeno Chara.
They swing the door open. They're like, they don't. They're here to basically. They're locker room guys. They know how to win, and they've been like in the championship. They know calls of the other team, whatever. Like it's just how it works. Pro sports is. get over it. Stop crying about it. It happens everywhere all the time. It's, you know, if you don't live in the gray, you're not trying to win.
Yeah, no, hey, I'm with it. I'm with it. Look, when I was in high school, whenever a kid would come from, you know, a rival school, whether it be Mountain View or Brook Point, those were the main ones that we were focused on. Yeah, no, it would be AO. So, like, tell me about, you know, how homie lines up. Tell me, you know, like, you know, I would ask anytime we got a corner that transferred, what's up? I need to know. I need to know all the details. What tell me everything. You know, Taco, your thoughts on this? You're a Giants fan. We're both NFC East guys. This is some typical cowgirl fuckery.
How about this? Disagree with you here. Y'all ever play poker before?
Obviously, everyone does.
So what happens when someone you think knows your hand? You got to start doing something to get them off your hand. So what do you do?
Robbie knows how to play poker.
Yeah, yep, Jeff sat at the fucking poker table for 4 hours just getting drunk. And then we went and got
all of a sudden now. Hey, listen, I know you know our play. We're changing it up. Now the question starts going in, well, what are they changing? What might they change it to? And you start now playing this game within the game.
But Dallas doesn't do that.
You start keeping Dallas the same.
Historically, when has Dallas done that? Historically, when has Dallas done that?
You have a real coaching staff.
Historically, when has Dallas done that? Historically, when has Dallas done that, Taco?
But you know what? Right now, with what they're doing, hey, listen, this is the game within the game. Let's see.
Imploding. They are getting ready to implode.
They clearly said that they're changing plays, right? They clearly said it. We saw with Russell Wilson last year when he switched teams from the Broncos, from the Seahawks to the Broncos. They knew all the fucking plays he was calling. They knew all his switches. They knew everything. So guess what? Now they're gonna come in and they're your minute. Guess what? They're calling it out. They say they might know all this shit, and guess what? They might keep some stuff the same and keep stuff different. They might change it on the first one, keep it the same on the first one, change it on the second one. How much are they buying into this? How much is their coaching staff using this information against the Patriots? Because guess what? If you start teaching everyone to start look for one thing and you do something completely else, you're going to fuck them over. So if you're a real coaching staff, you're releasing this to let them know, hey, maybe we're switching it, maybe we're not. Like, let's go. Like, you got to think this strategically. Strategically, could be a strategic league. Let you know we know that you know that we know.
Cowboys aren't a strategic team, though.
I mean, they were 2-0. They beat all of New York.
Shout out.
Yo, shout out Big Guys Fantasy Sports. Make sure you guys check out, click their profile in the chat, subscribe, show love. Let's go. Yo, Taco. We've grown that channel a lot so far. The numbers is dumb. Jeff.
You know what? To be honest, I'm gonna go opposite to everyone. To me, I think this is a cover up for Mac Jones. I think this is a straight up cover up for Mac Jones.
A conspiracy, mate. Hey,
if the Patriots lose this game, they will claim that, Dallas, had plays or we knew plays, whatever. Dallas changed them up just to throw off Mac Jones. I think this is a Mac Jones play. I think the Patriots know this is Mac Jones's last year, and they will do whatever they can. Dallas is going to say whatever they can. So if Mac Jones balls out, Mac Jones knew all of our plays. And then if Mac Jones bombs, it's, they gave us plays that Dallas had, and then Dallas changed up their whole playbook. I think this is a complete conspiracy theory on a Mac Jones play. I think it's a roll of the dice that's going to hit snake eyes or it's going to hit sevens. And it's going to go one way or the other. Mac Jones is going to do really well, and they're going to be like, it's because they knew all of our plays. Or he's going to hit snake eyes, and they're going to say, Dallas changed up all of our plays because we were told.
Why would that be a Mac Jones thing if Dallas is the one?
Because they would be tipping off Mac. They'd be tipping off Mac and Bill to the signals into things.
Parsons does this before he goes in. Look for that.
Yep. Yeah. By the way, the way that Parsons stunts gaps, if you guys have never seen, like just watch that on film, babies are born.
You can't predict anything.
Like which way are you going? Which way are you going? Which way are you going? Shit, he's shooting C.
Well, I mean, you want to talk about Parsons. Judon does the exact same things and gets far less credit for it.
But it's different. It's completely different. It's the way that it's Parsons' body movements. For me on this, look, this is Dallas typically making excuses. They know they're getting ready to implode. They know the offense isn't keeping up with the defense. The defense is hiding the offense's mistakes, and we have seen that through 3 games. Give me the Patriots to cover. Give me the Patriots to cover. And it has nothing to do with the signal calling.
What's the cover right now, Robbie, on what you got?
It is 6.
6 to the Patriots or 6 to the Dallas?
Patriots are underdogs. Patriots are dogs. Plus 210.
And it's at Dallas.
Yep, and it's at Dallas. 44 over under.
I think 44 is going to hit the 6.
I think over is going to hit. Let's go. We got a membership. Member for 7. He renewed it.
Dodo.
I will say this though. I'm interested to see what.
I need pee for my mama.
In this game, I'm interested to see, and I know it's not technically part of the topic, but I'm interested to see Hunter Henry in this game. With Trayvon Diggs out and Parsons rushing, Hunter Henry coming up. Is Devon Wilson going to come into the box to cover Hunter Henry? Or are they going to put Van Der Esch against Hunter Henry, which is obviously a mismatch? Like that's not a good matchup. But what are they going to do about Hunter based on what Hunter has done? I'm kind of interested to see that matchup as a fantasy standpoint about clearing out. Because if they end up putting, let's say, Kendrick Bourne as the 1 and Hunter Henry on the same side and Bourne runs down the seam and Van Der Esch, there's no way he's covering Henry over the center or anything between 10 and 15 yards. So I'm interested to see that as a fantasy standpoint.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's get into the very next topic. We kind of look at this though really quick. I was on the other screen. See, y'all can't see it. If y'all are watching on the YouTube, you're able to see like the special member emojis that you get with your membership. And let me just say, like, our personalized emojis might be the best personalized emojis in the fucking fantasy football game. Like, fellas, would you agree? Like, would you agree? Like our
it's
membership.
Pretty legit. It's legit.
Yeah. It's shout out to the homie Brian Hall who did our personalized emojis. Big shout out, dilly y'all, dilly.
Salud. Where's Z2 with these personalized shits?
These personalized emojis were made like at the birth of this channel. Like when I first got Monster, I had those made. Like these are old school images. I want to get into the next topic, and I kind of want to freestyle this one. There's some revenge games. There's some narratives throughout the NFL. I'm going to erase the topic that I originally had written there because we already touched on that game when we talked about the 0-3s. Everyone kind of expressed how they felt about Miami Buffalo, so there's no point to rehash that. That'd be terrible as me as a producer. So with that being said, if you want like our Buffalo Miami picks, go back and watch it. We're also going to be doing our best bets and fantasy must start sit. So check that out. Favorite revenge game, favorite narrative in the NFL this week. You got everything from Calvin Ridley facing his former team. We just talked about, Zeke versus Dallas. But we got the whole Jets, New York Swiftie thing. like in her leaving in popcorn machines. Like, what is your favorite narrative right now in the league?
Is it me first or is it Mike?
To you.
You go first.
So I hate this guy, and a lot of people are going to hate me for this. So before the draft, I said if Tampa Bay took Jameis, I was going to the Jets. They took Jameis. Jameis is probably going to start against Tampa Bay after Tampa Bay threw him away. And Jameis has Thomas, Olave, Jawan. He's got Alvin Kamara back. I think they're going to tear up the Buccaneers. Right now, it is a minus 3-point line. I think this could be a 14-point win game.
That is ref in college soccer.
Against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is a good team. Baker is a good quarterback, but that Saints defense is also equally as underrated as the Detroit Lions defense is. And Saints are at home. And let's all be honest, there is maybe no place harder to play at home than in the Dome. When you play in New Orleans, that is a difficult place to play in the Mercedes-Benz Dome. And Jameis is probably going to come out against Tampa Bay. Granted, he's probably going to throw 2 interceptions. That's what he does. Get over it. But I think Jameis can pull this game out against Tampa Bay. And that's my favorite revenge game of the week.
I like that. I like that because I haven't seen many analysts kind of call that out whenever this question has been brought up. I love that. I love that. And that's another reason why, damn it, our fucking show is so great. Taco, your turn.
All right. So how about we call this foiled revenge? Someone's going their hardest to get that revenge. They have their bone in their mouth and they're going, and they fucking lose. And you know what? It's going to happen in like super early in the morning, like 9:30, and it's going to be like a Toy Story game because the Falcons are going to say, Calvin Ridley, go fuck yourself, and the whole Jacksonville Jaguars, and they're going to beat those bums.
Are you sure Jacksonville is London's team? Like, I'm betting Jacksonville. Jacksonville is London's team.
On it.
Well, it's because he owns the stadium they play in.
We're going to be getting into best bets soon. Don't worry. We're going to be getting into best bets.
That good. And that running game from Atlanta is going to be too much for them to handle. They're going to start feeling it. They're going to start throwing it. And then Trevor Lawrence is going to make some errors. And then all of a sudden, it's going to be too much for them to come back from. And that's what's going to happen. And it's going to be failed revenge for Calvin Ridley.
So, Taco, in that same game, that we're talking about right now.
He's only saying this because he has fucking he has Zay Jones everywhere.
I like it. I like the take.
But I'm going a different way with it. In this same game that we're talking about right now, if you're inside the 5, is it Tank or is it ETN?
No, it's ETN. Give it to ETN.
I'm asking Taco. I want Taco's perspective on this one.
I would hope that it's ETN, but at the end of the day, as long as it's not Lawrence, they'll be fine because this kid knows how to fuck it up.
But you can go with your pick now, bro.
As much as Taco has beaten the Jags drum this whole like time, and like to see him flip flop is bloody insane, mate.
Listen, Robbie. I want to quote Robbie from a week ago. I'm an analyst and I analyze. And as I analyze new data, I'm allowed to pivot. And based on the data that I've seen with the weapons that he has and his prior track record, I'd like to start making a pivot right now before it's too far gone. Like ETN's gonna have to carry this game. If they're gonna win, it's gonna be in the back of this running game. Like Trevor Lawrence ain't throwing no 300 yards. Trevor Lawrence ain't getting 150 to Ridley with a touchdown. That's not happening.
Ridley's gonna play against Terrell all day long. Everyone knows that.
Okay.
Kirk.
Jorge, go ahead.
Well, I'm going to New York for Sunday Night Football for my revenge game. Mecole Hardman going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm really trying hard to keep a straight face on those one. I just wanted to talk about the possibility. What do we think that Taylor Swift is actually going to show up at the game? She lives in New York. Come on.
Wait, are we more worried about Taylor Swift or Zach Wilson?
Oh my God! More worried about Zach Wilson. Come on.
I'm worried about everybody.
Oh, but you know what? Related to that, if Tennessee loses this week, and this is no revenge game, but if Tennessee loses this week, could they possibly be like, hey, you know what? Let's get what we can for Ryan Tannehill, send him to New York, and then let Malik Willis and Will Levis figure out the quarterback for the rest of the season. So
what about
just
Derrick
something to
Henry?
think about.
What about Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
What about?
So my turn.
Go for it, John.
All right. I think it's to me, and maybe this is a little personal vendetta. I like Stephon Gilmore going against Bill Belichick, going against his old team. Like, hey man, your quarterback stinks. I'm gonna pick him off a bunch. I'm gonna take a couple picks, by the way, and hand you the ball after I do it. I would love to see Stephon Gilmore have. And this stinks because I'm obviously a huge New England fan, but this is also a guy who built our defense, did a lot for us, was a great player, and we just kind of, let drift away. And he's finding second life right now in his career, and I love it. So I hope he has a great game, and that is my revenge matchup that I'm watching this weekend. Call me a homer.
Okay. Mike, your narrative.
Before I give my narrative, because I wanted to point something out real quick, but I had to find it. According to fantasy points, Trevor Lawrence is not having that bad of a season. He is actually the second highest accurate quarterback, Taco, at 69.3%. On throws of 10 plus air yards, he has only been off target 13%, which is the fourth lowest. And he has had the highest amount of drop passes in the league. But my
so you're blaming
is
the
going to be. I'm gonna throw out a little bit of a cast because this one's a little bit further out. But give me Adam Thielen against the freaking Vikings.
Where the fuck?
You played like a.
Muy bien.
You got there eventually.
Muy bien.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. That one is
muy bien.
Good. That's another one where I haven't heard talked about a whole lot.
Because I was going to take Ridley stomping on the Falcons, but since Taco took that game, I wanted to go a different route.
No, completely solid. I respect
you
it.
hit your receiver.
No, I'll take that one.
For Mike,
me,
how much do you value air yards, though?
No one cares about fucking air yards. I mean, air yards are okay, but no.
Hollywood Brown, Rondell Moore's freaking A-dot was like -2, and no one was. If you can get the ball, you get the ball.
Mine for the weekend. Mine for the week. Look, I have to show some love to the Super Bowl announcement and just the way that it was done. Marshawn Lynch and Usher, with the whole confession skit and the way that that was done. For me, that's my one. That's the whole announcement. I want to see Lil Jon be brought out and Ludacris. I need to hear, let's get Jermaine Dupri out there, because him and Usher got a couple of classics. Don't give me none of this slow shit, okay? I don't want to hear none of that baby making music. Save that for after the Super Bowl because, yes, we will all be clapping cheeks after Super Bowl. Yes, baby, listen, we just made a lot of money, and I know it's been a long season. I've been writing articles and making content. I got you right now. Save that for afterwards. Please give us, actual hits, Usher. Usher, you got hits. Did the Ying Yang Twins and Usher have a hit? I don't think they had a hit. I don't think they ever had.
Bring Ying Yang Twins on the stage too. Why not?
Well, yeah, because like make it a whole Atlanta thing. Just make it a whole Atlanta thing. Don't do what Rihanna did last year. Don't just go up there by yourself.
Well, she did that because she was pregnant. She wanted to announce it. That's the only.
I know. But look. This is exactly why I never wanted a fucking. I was never into like a whole like Taylor Swift Super Bowl. I was like, that does not get me hyped to hit someone. I'm not about to start going to gamble. Like if I'm hearing like none of that shit. So no, for me, that is my big headline of the week. That is my big narrative of the week. I got to shout out this people. As for a revenge game, everyone has already said like the best ones, and for me, I think that it's the Jags. And I think that it's Calvin Ridley, and that's it. The Jacksonville Jaguars own London. So yeah, Taco, you're dropped.
Yes, yes. As in WWE, yes.
Where'd Taco go?
All right, we're now going to get into best bets. We're now going to get into fantasy football must starts.
Okay.
All right. You get one best bet. Any sport. We're getting into Rumtober. We have every single sport available now. We also have a big fight game.
Yeah.
All right, a big fight this weekend with Charlo and fuck, oh my gosh. Wow, I just messed up. Charlo and Canelo Alvarez. Wow. I just drew a blank there for a second because I'm loving the fact that I just dropped Taco. He's like, you can't silence the truth, motherfucker. We have to cover the whole NFL, every piece of the NFL. But no, so we're gonna go over best bets for the weekend. You can pick anything, but you also have to combine it with the fantasy football must start. Drop the mic, you start.
All right, so my best bet, I'm sticking with the NFL. And I'm sticking down towards Jorge's land, not his. And I think the Chargers are going to whoop the Raiders. I think not whoop, but I think it's going to be about an 8 to 10 point game. Spreads at 5. Give me the Chargers all day long. I'm going to keep that nice and short because I want to get into my must start of the week. I mentioned it in the 0-3 game that was my must start. Jeff brought it up. I was going to bring it up, but Jeff already brought it up. Mims is going to get more run. That's why I didn't bring up the Broncos. That's not my start, but Mims is going to get more run. He is going to get more than 11 frickin' routes. Frickin' Sean Payton, get your head out of your arse.
Preach.
John likes when I get passionate. This is where I'm getting passionate. Okay, this is Mike's rant of the week. So get your head out of your arse. He's got 11 freaking routes in freaking week 3, freaking 5 routes in week 2, and only 3 routes in week 1. Cortland Sutton actually showed up in a game where you got blown out by 50. But who has to have a decent game for Mims and Sutton to have a good game? Russell freaking Wilson. Let's ride. In Yahoo ZCR, he is ranked quarterback 16. He's going to finish as a top 10 quarterback in week 4. Let's go.
Okay.
Taco, just because you can't get passionate like that doesn't mean you can mock me. Let's go.
I already know what Taco's thinking. He's like, you just reference Yahoo.
I'd like to go to the tweets.
Hey, it's in my article, baby. It's in my article.
Your article. I hate you, Mike. I hate you with a passion.
I back it up.
Yep, he does.
You'll hate me more, Taka.
John.
I don't know.
So it's funny to me. I guess fantasy football. So to kind of like piggyback off Mike, his game of the week, like my start of the week, to me, it has to be Keenan Allen. Like you're starting him in every absolute format, every way, every shape and form. I mean, he is going to dominate this offense. They're on a historic passing rate. Keenan Allen going forward is, I don't know, 15 targets guaranteed a week. It's like, yeah, okay, great. Thanks. In a great offense. So the problem with Keenan has always been touchdowns. And I hear you. But Mike Williams is gone, and touchdowns are going somewhere. Donald Parham isn't going to fall into 30 touchdowns this year. It's just not going to happen. So I think there is going to be – I mean, Keenan Allen is wide receiver 2, probably 3 as it is, and I think he's not even done enough. There will be these monster games, and this weekend could be one of them. So start him with supreme confidence. It's – crazy. I even have to say it sometimes. And then game of the week to me is, and I love to say this, it's the Bengals. I mean, the Titans are going the opposite way right now as a franchise. We've said it now. I feel like every time I'm on this show, I go, the Titans just feel like they're hovering their hand over the reset button. It's like, it's right there. It's like they could press it if they wanted. I mean, the Jets would love to take Tannehill right now. Like, absolutely. If they wanted to
Don't you say that.
If
Don't
they
do that
wanted
to
to
me.
hit reset, if they wanted to hit reset, they could. So I think it's interesting. And meanwhile, the Bengals need a get-right game. They need to put up something crazy. So Vegas is going to give you 2.5. It's like, yeah, absolutely. The Bengals are going to beat this team by a field goal. Yeah, I'll take this bet. So I'm betting the Bengals and the over. I mean, the overs, I got it at 41.5. So I like Bengals in the over. To me, is a good parlay, and throw $100 on it. It's fun. So I think the Bengals will take care of business with with the Titans, and Derrick Henry's good enough that they'll be able to keep pace and hopefully score some points. So it's not you're not waiting for you're not hoping for everything to come out of one side. So I could see something close to like a high 30s sort of game. You hope.
I like that. I like that. That's a nice game to where that everyone's not going to rush to the line to go and bet it because of some of the things that we talked about in the previous segment with narratives and things. The casuals going to run towards some of those things to probably go and run and bet. I like that call out. Leafs. Bro.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
he's freaking right.
That's a tough one for the boys.
Right.
He's right.
I don't know, man.
He's right. He's right. Like, but I'm like,
the boys.
What, Chile, Colorado?
oh my gosh. Yeah, they're gonna demolish Colorado. Hey, USC by
I can look that line up quick. Hold on.
It's like 20,
I just had
it's
it.
like 20.
Give me
something.
two texts.
It's 20.
21.
Yeah, it's 21.5. I got USC by 30. I got USC by 30.
USC can't stop anybody, and it's in Colorado. That's a lot of points for a home dog. I'm taking Coach Prime in the points.
I'm not saying they won't cover. I just
21.5.
Yes!
I think USC wins. USC wins, but I think they cover. And that hook might
21.5 is a whooping.
That hook might be the difference. It might be 42 to 20, 49 to 28 or something like that.
Okay, is that your best bet?
No, my best bet. You want my best bet? My best bet. I just looked. Player prop for and it's kind of John mentioned it. The Tennessee Cincinnati game. The player prop that I love, Jamar Chase. It's 85.5 receiving yards. Bet the over. He's gonna blow past 100 yards. I had made the prediction that that Keenan Allen and Devontae Adams are gonna on the same field go for like wide receiver 1, and that's only if. But by that point, I think Jamar Chase is going to be the leader of the clubhouse, and he's going to be in the clubhouse, chilling, having a beer and enjoying watching and seeing these guys try and catch the number that he puts up. But Jamar Chase is going to put up a big number. So player prop, and he's my start of the week.
Love that. Okay. Love that.
Yeah.
Taco.
All right. Now, I think last year we picked up on this, and Robbie keeps highlighting it. I keep beating a drum sometimes, especially when things are going good. Keep beating the drum. And I'm going to keep beating the same drum I've been beating these last couple of days. And no, it's not Mike. It's something different, okay? It's this Tank Dell drum. Oh, yeah. That's my best bet right now. Right now on DraftKings, it's over under 45.5 receiving yards. I'm taking the over. Not only that, I'm starting him this week in every format. I like Tank Dell.
He's cheap in DFS.
And
so cheap in DFS, dude. He's perfect in DFS.
Last week we did it on the show. We were so close. We had the stack.
Yeah,
I was looking at some numbers from the Steelers. The Steelers haven't been that great in coverage. We've seen some receivers go off versus the Steelers. So there's a lot of things that are pointing where, okay, maybe Nico Collins, maybe Woods does it, but you know what? At 45.5, considering the usage, considering the targets, considering what he's done over these past couple of games, considering what we saw in preseason, considering Taco keeps beating the drum, I'm gonna take the over, and I'm gonna take the Texans in an upset victory.
Okay.
Love this. Give me the jazz clap. That's beautiful, baby. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
So I'm gonna pull rabbits out the hat.
Evans.
I'm gonna pull rabbits out the hat right now. So my bet of the week is Rams +1 against the Colts. My player of the week is Puka against that Colts defense. Or sorry, not Puka. I apologize. My player against the week is Kyron.
Kyron. Either
one.
Oh,
Kyron against the Colts. Kyron against the Colts. Rams +1. But I will also do a third one. Over under Ravens Browns is 39. I am calling the under on 39. It's in Cleveland. Ravens banged up. Browns are still getting it figured out. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a 17-12 game. This would not surprise me. I'm going to call the under on Ravens and Browns.
Love it.
Okay. I am going to give you guys an NFL best bet, but I have to touch on the fight this weekend. I think that there are two bets that you should place. Right now you can take for this fight to go to distance at a -250. I think this fight is going to go to distance. Both these boxers very, very well. Canelo getting higher up in age. So therefore, we saw his last fight. He looked a little.
Well, all these boxing matches go the distance.
Hold on. My take. You can kind of see Canelo getting up there, in age, and kind of starting to begin to slow down a little bit. I originally believed that it should have been the other Charlo, but the other Charlo has his own issues. Let it be. With that being said, I do want to take this fight to go to distance, and I do want to take the hedge. You can actually bet this one on DraftKings in rounds 1 through 6, either fighter to be knocked down in rounds 1 through 6. I think that there's definitely going to be a knockdown. I think there's definitely going to be a drop. I think somebody is definitely going to catch one on the chin. I think there is a high possibility that Canelo's age does show in this. We see when, boxers, begin to slow down. Canelo has taken some damage recently. I don't know if he's fully recovered. Charlo's had plenty of time off. I know they had to move up to 165 to be able to make this fight happen. I know everybody wanted him versus Crawford next, and I agree. I think that should have been the fight that should have been made next. With that being said, I think somebody's going to get dropped. I don't know who. Somebody's going to get dropped, and there's water in the basement in this fight. There's some age. There's a young guy. There's a young guy that has to move up to also prove himself. He's talked a lot of shit. He's talked a lot. He's moved his mouthpiece a lot to sell this fight. The fight sold itself already. I'm excited for this one, and I hope that everyone watches that fight and enjoys some brews. Anytime it's a main kind of fight night.
Mm-hmm.
You already know it's going to be late.
It's a big fight card. It's a big fight card.
A big card. With that being said, I'll give you guys my NFL bet of the week as well as my fantasy football must start. My bet of the week for me personally, I'm taking the Patriots +6. Patriots +6. I think that they definitely cover it. I wouldn't honestly be shocked if they actually win. I think that you should bet that. I have no problems if you want to take the money line at +210 just to juice the parlay. But I really like the spread. Yeah, it's a -108, but I can parlay that into a couple of other things that I have some conviction in, and have myself a really good Sunday. There's also some really fun bets for Saturday too. Run that bankroll up Saturday. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of college football. Take advantage of the fights. Take advantage of some of the baseball races that are happening. Some of the easy early NHL preseason that's happening. Guys, it's from
bet on Europe. It sucks right now. Just a bit heavy on Europe.
Robbie, do you think there's a difference in the game that you're talking about? So Cowboys are -6 at home, and it isn't Dallas. But do you think there's going to be a play in Mac Jones's ability inside of a dome versus weather for the first couple weeks?
Doesn't matter. Bill Belichick is his coach, and apparently Dallas is already scared in their boots. In terms of fantasy football must start, for me, look, guys, you guys went out and picked them up off of waivers. And I love giving you guys flex plays. Joshua Palmer. Throw Joshua Palmer out there. I think that you really need to
over Quentin.
Yes.
Yes.
I think this week, yes.
For
but
now.
Rest of season, no. Yeah. That's how I would say.
Yeah. Exactly. With that being said and stated, Joshua Palmer, plug and play that. Definitely think that he's going to run it up. Chargers got to get the ball somewhere. Chargers need to find a way to make plays. Brandon Staley needs to not be a bonehead, and I think that the way that you do that is that you use your big body that can go up there and just kind of pirouette and bring the ball down, snatch it up, catch it at his high point, and Josh Palmer is the guy that can do that. We saw him do that time and time again for the Volunteers. So with that being said, put it up where only he can get it. Let him box out. Let him make plays. You're going against DBs in the Raiders that will allow you to be able to do that. These guys are not going up there for high points. They're not going up there for contested catches. Put it up there where only Palmer can get it. Utilize his size. I promise Los Angeles, you'll win this game. If you're a Bolts fan, do this. I'm giving you high school football. Do this, you'll win. Staley, all you need to do is manage the clock. Do what Robbie said, manage the clock. You'll win. That's my take.
Good take. Muy bien.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. But before we get off of air, we have to again celebrate mi hermano. Listen, papi, feliz. I'm very happy.
That's so great.
Very many blessings. Like you said at the beginning of the show, this was your first podcast. You had started kind of doing your own, but this has always been a platform that I've always wanted to be a springboard and to be something. So the fact that everything comes back full circle on your big celebration day, on your big celebration week, it's much deserved. It's much deserved, and I want all the more blessings to you. I want to continue to be a part of your career. And if there's anything that you need from me or anyone else here on this panel, you definitely let us know. But definitely let me know. And I'm proud of you. And that's all that I can say.
I mean, this is where I'm going to get emotional. I mean, I mean, Robbie, you've meant. I mean, even before I was on Rumboyz, you and I bonded. You came on Familia FFB with me, and you gave me great advice, and taking that advice, and it just you've meant the world. I mean, you guys all met Mike. Mike, John. I mean, gosh, all you guys, Taco, Jeff. I mean, it's just. This group, I mean, I just love to be able to, being able to speak freely and everything like that. But Robbie, you mentioned, just it's like one of us, and getting people of color more there, and just and I've always wanted to add to it. Never wanted to like come in and take somebody else's gig. No. And that's the beauty of this industry. People wanted more people of color, more women doing this. And it's just, Robbie, you always told me to grind and keep grinding. And yeah, I mean, it's a reward. It's getting here, it's staying here. But this show has always meant a lot to me. And, yeah, and I mean, one thing I'm going to point out that Familia FFB is still going on. Released a show today, and one other thing, talking about people, kind of, people of color. Dr. Edwin Porras and I started an put his injury prone podcast on.
Please check it out.
Yeah, we just dropped an episode today, so 23 minutes of. Just the latest and greatest. We do it on Friday afternoons when when almost all of I think the West Coast ones aren't done with the practice reports, but yeah, get a lot of stuff out there. So please give us a like, give us a follow. Yeah, I've got the latest and greatest. Got Debo Samuel on the thumbnail today. So and also, yeah, my daughters do my thumbnails for me. So it's a total familia affair. So listen, the Rumboyz. I mean, cheers to the Rumboyz. Cheers to the Rumboyz. Muchas gracias. Salud. Gracias, mis amigos.
Hey, gracias.
Let's
go. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and end it here really quick. Ladies and gentlemen, cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Dilly. We love you.
Salud.